It's first Saturday story time again, and this is our first Saturday in March. This is March 6th. Today, I'm doing our story time from outside in the backyard of the library on our new stage. It's not quite ready, but it almost is. Our facilities and workers have been working really hard. We have the base of the stage, you can see here, and the rails are up. You see the rails? They just need to finish around the base and paint it. So hopefully next month, hopefully in April, you can come and join us for story time outside in the backyard. We're going to try that anyway. So today, I wanted to do story time with you outdoors. I wanted to focus on our ZooFari party. So ZooFari Party is the John L. Santikos Imagination Station that is all about animals, which is why Sally decided to join me today. She's going to listen to the story, although I kind of think she's maybe looking to see if she can eat some leaves. And over here, can't see very well, but let me see if I can bring it. Look, Chompers also joined me. Chompers is lying on the rail and is joining me for story time. So before we start our story, I just want to remind you about a few other things at the library that you can do, even now. So this is, whoops, it's windy out here. This is our Dial a Story, where you can call the phone number and listen to stories. So maybe you can't come to the library, or maybe it's not the day when we're having the program, but even any day you can call the phone number and listen to a story, okay? Also, this is March, and this is the last month we're going to be doing our book points, our fall 2020, winter 2021 reading program, because guess what? It's almost spring. So this will end on March 20th. It shows on our website how you go on and register and record the books that you're reading or that are being read to you, including the one I'm going to read today. Or if you listen to Dial a Story, you can record that as a book in your book points. And we will have our final prize drawing on March 20th. Now, for our little ones, remind you about our 1,000 books before kindergarten. Go on our website, register for this program. You'll get a bag, and then you'll get your sheets to start tracking. This sounds like it's a lot of books, but if you read one book a day from the time that you're a baby, parents read to kids, until kindergarten, you'll top this number, no problem. And, okay, maybe you're starting a little later, maybe you're already 2 or 3 or 4. Still, the more books that you do read before kindergarten, the better, okay? And every time you get 100 books read, you'll get a prize, and we'll put you up on the board. Now then, I told you we're going to focus on ZooFari Party today. So I picked the book, The Blind Men and the Elephant, for us to read. Let me get up here close where you can see it. And this is retold by Karen Blackstein and illustrated by Annie Mitra. Long ago and far away, there lived 6 blind men. Although these men could not see, they learned about the world in many ways. They could smell the scent of food cooking and taste its spicy flavor. They could hear the music of the flute with their ears. They could feel the softness of silk with their fingers. Together they took care of their house, and they were very happy. Then one day, the blind men heard some exciting news. The prince had received a elephant at his palace. The blind men had heard of elephants, but they had never met one. They did not know what an elephant was like. "Let us go to the prince's palace," said one of the blind men. "Then we can find out what the elephant is really like." Off they went. It was a long walk to the palace. The blind men grew hot and thirsty. But they did not stop. They could not wait to touch the elephant. Finally, they had reached the palace. A guard came to greet them. The blind men told him why they had come. "Of course you may touch the elephant," said the guard. "I'm sure the prince will not mind." The guard led the 6 men to the animal, which stood quietly in the garden. The first blind man touched the elephant's side. "It is strong and wide," he thought. "I think an elephant is like a wall." The second blind man touched the elephant's long, round trunk. "Oh, it is just like a snake," he decided. The third man grabbed the elephant's smooth ivory tusk. "Why, an elephant is as sharp as a spear." The fourth man held the elephant's leg. He thought it was as round and firm as a tree. The fifth blind man held the elephant's ear. The ear was very, very big. The elephant flapped it gently. The fifth man laughed. "It's just like a fan." The sixth blind man touched the elephant's long, thin tail. "An elephant is like a rope," he thought. By now, it was midday. The sun burned hot in the sky. The guard took the 6 men over to a tall, shady tree. "Why don't you rest here?" he said. "I will bring you some water." While they waited, the 6 blind men talked about the elephant. "No one told me that the elephant is like a wall," said the first man. "A wall?" said the second man. "Oh, no, it is like a snake." The third man shook his head. "An elephant is clearly like a spear." "What?" said the fourth man. "An elephant is like a tree." The fifth man started to shout, "A wall, a snake, a spear, a tree. You are all wrong. An elephant is like a fan." "No, it is like a rope," yelled the sixth blind man. The sound of angry voices filled the garden. It was the sound of the 6 blind men fighting about the elephant. "A wall, a snake, a spear, a tree, a fan, a rope." All the noise woke the prince. He had been taking a midday nap. "Quiet," he called. "I am trying to sleep." "We are sorry," said the first blind man, "but we cannot agree on what an elephant is like. We each touched the same animal, but to each of us, the animal is completely different." The prince spoke gently. "The elephant is a very large animal. Its side is like a wall. Its trunk is like a snake. Its tusks are like spears. Its legs are like trees. Its ears are like fans. And its tail is like a rope. So you are all right, but you are all wrong too. For each of you touched only one part of the animal. To know what an elephant is really like, you must put all those parts together." The blind men thought about the prince's words. They realized that he was very wise. I will tell you something else about the elephant," said the prince. "It is very good to ride on. Now you will ride on it all the way home." So they did, and they all agreed that that was the best part of all. Okay, how did you like that story? The Blind Man and the Elephant. You know what that story teaches us? That sometimes if we only look at one part or one piece of something, we don't really understand. By all of them touching different parts of the elephant, they all had a different idea about what the elephant was like. And it was very kind of the prince to help them understand all the parts of the elephant. This is something called perception. They only perceived the part they touched. But by putting all their perceptions together, they could have a better picture of what an elephant really was. I hope you enjoyed our story, and hopefully can see you maybe next month here on our stage, and we'll do story time then. Bye.